There's no shot. There's no shot that anybody who plays the game actually likes this. I want to see proof, man.
Nice, man!
I saw a summary of this, but I mean, this is also kind of a bit sad, right? It kind of shows that, you know, back in the days, Ian would make such an interview with an influencer from WoW, or they would take questions from the chat. They are so in such a bad situation that I think they can't even do that. World of Warcraft is in the middle of extraordinary times. Yeah, well, okay, the MMO will be turning 17 years old. I don't know if they're talking about extraordinary in a good way. MMO will be turning 17 years old this month, and while Blizzard prepares for the launch of a new patch, it is also looking within to fix its own culture under the backdrop of a state investigation into sexual harassment issues. Last week, I had a chance to talk with World of Warcraft director Ian Hazacostas. I asked him about what's happening. The World of Warcraft team has been changing or removing some of the game's emotes and art. What's the thought process behind those changes? I mean, I don't really... Okay, one thing that came up is that there are pieces of our game that over the course of 17 plus years that were not necessarily the products of a diverse and inclusive range of voices that did not necessarily reflect the perspective of the current team. Is that why they took out the fart emote though? There are things that people on our team were not proud to have in our game. Every time I see something like this, I'm thinking of the fart emote, and then I'm like, I can't take this serious. We made decisions on where to leave some things standing because they are borderline, but we're not looking to reinvent everything, turn over every single stone, rewrite 17 years of WoW. It might be a little bit juvenile, it might be off color, but this isn't something that is really making our game feel less welcoming for people, which is what we're aiming to change. Those things we left, others we removed, others were rewritten or changed accordingly. I mean, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, that's a big point here. Because of the nature of the feedback loop in the community and the way we publish new builds during the public test round cycle and fan size data mining them, every one of these changes ends up getting a huge spotlight shown on it alongside class balance changes or new systems we're adding. This is a massive patch, but it is not something that took the entire team offline. That's a good point. Every time there's like something, literally like Blizzard could change the color of a cloak and they would be like if you want to spotlight it, you can do it. You can put a big light on it and act like this is the biggest thing and act like Blizzard cares about it. This is a massive patch. It's not, okay, this is a massive patch. Okay, in the grand scheme of things, there are small changes. Many of them will probably go unnoticed if not for that spotlight. There are things that were important to the team. I find it hard to believe that this is taking a lot of development time, though, chat. I would like. I don't even think a developer has to do with any of these decisions. Like, the coding of this is not really a lot of work. You know, it's more about using like PR people and you know, a developer won't really sit there and do this. That's not their job. I don't think like a class balance person is going to do this either. You know, like the fact that there's no class balance, I find it hard to believe that it's because of this. Oh no, I hope they don't keep talking about these changes, man. I mean, I do kind of agree with him here. Like, I wouldn't go and be like, yo, you're focusing on the wrong shit. Like, yeah, okay. Like, obviously, if this is like taking 100% of their development time, they shouldn't do it. But I don't believe it can take that much time to think of these things. This should be in the game as well. Like, it's fine, you know. Like, not all of it, maybe. I don't know. Like, there were some changes that I don't necessarily needs changing. But, you know, if there's some bad jokes, it's fine to remove them. It's okay. It's still about that. You mentioned making the team more diverse. Can you talk about it? It is an interesting point that he makes. I didn't think of this round. Part of why diversity is so important is that I and we as a team firmly believe that it makes a better game, makes a better product. It might be true. I never thought about it this way. You know, you always think like you just hire the person that is the best, and not necessarily because they are diverse. Maybe it is an interesting thought to maybe a diverse team makes a better game. I'm not sure. At the same time, not being aligned on subjects is gonna make things harder as well for development. But you would get definitely more feedback. I can definitely say like diversity has very good advantages. Yeah, but diverse people also have diverse ideas. That is 100% I think that's true. Somebody from India will have different ideas than somebody from US, who will have somebody different ideas than a gay person, and somebody that's a child, younger, older, I don't know, some person with disabilities, some, these people will have diverse thoughts very often because they have experienced life in a in a very different way than the other one a lot of times, and it can be good. There's also advantages to having a team that's completely the same, like 20 scribes rating. I've said this before. I think that would be a pretty fucking good team. But skill outweighs a lot of things. That's why you also take 20 scribes. But I did not think about it that way. Just just saying it honestly. I thought diversity is good because obviously you shouldn't block people from getting in because they're of a different type of person. But that there is a good part that Ian mentioned as well. I'm not sure how impactful it is, but if you can have the best of both, I think it's very interesting. I still don't know if it's better. I think maybe a team that is super aligned, the copy of each other, might make a better product sometimes because they're more aligned in what they want to do, and like there's less discussions and more work getting done. But a more diverse team, I'm pretty sure it will lead to more discussions within the team about things that one person may not care about, the other person cares a lot about, and it may lead to a better product. It might lead to a worse product. I'm not sure, but an interesting way of thinking at least. But you said that diversity will make it more accessible for a more broader audience, and that's true for this game, right? Like a lot of people, there's a lot of different types of people, but at the same time, the majority is huge, right? Like if only the, let's say, the top 3 demographics of this game would continue playing the game, and you would only focus on those, you might in the end have more players in the game. It is a product, there's a reason that some brands restrict their demographics to a certain target group, right? Let's say Manscaped. They're not calling it Womanscaped. They're making it only for men. They could make products that are appealing to everyone, but no, they're focusing on men. In this way, they could focus on like the Western audience if they wanted to. Wow, I'm not saying that's a good approach necessarily, but sometimes it might be. So sometimes a diverse team, even though it would be great for diverse people, it might not be their target group. It might not be worth it. Sometimes it's not worth to focus on smaller groups. That's what we said with accessibility, right? That's really hard to please a minority while also making sure that you're making profit from your business. So that's it's not always necessarily good. Oh, and the worst part is there's people who in the target groups that are like opposite, that have opposite opinions, right? I could make a product that are for racists. Racists just love my game, but like there's a lot of non-racists in the game as well. So which one do you please? Right? So it can be a problem. Some people will be homophobes. Some people will be weird. Like, and there's a lot of people as well like that. So business-wise, it's an interesting decision to, try to please diversity. Is what I'm saying, and it's not always good either, right? Like you've seen, they made the game more diverse by adding stuff, and then there was a lot of group of people who were like, I don't give a shit about this. You're just wasting your development time. I mean, you cannot argue with that. That just happened. Go on Twitter, go on under any Wowhead post that talks about some changes into the quest lines. There are people who love the changes. They think, great, good job, Blizzard. There are people who don't give a fuck about them. I mean, it doesn't have to be just the gender, right? Somebody might have just diverse thoughts as well. Like, for example, Roger and I, we sometimes have different thoughts. He is a lot more detail oriented. I just want to always look at the big picture, and want to like do things faster without looking at the detail that much. And sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. But we are of the same gender, But that's also diversity, and it has advantages and disadvantages. So, and we're both good. I think we're both skilled people, but we definitely have a different skill set. But you know, it can be a bonus point. If you have no females in your team, you know, and there's a female person applying, it is a very good thing to have a female person in your team as well. You know, because they will see some stuff differently than men. It might be like, I don't know, and it's not just like seeing stupid jokes and be like, we shouldn't joke about this guy, it's kind of, you know, sexist or something, but it can also be some design aspect that men just are thinking differently about. But yeah, Blizzard is just doing a lot of promising right now. Let's hope they hold them. That's the TLDR. I feel like we're gonna see in the end. Oh, okay, he's talking about hiring and stuff here as well. Let's see, since we're already in the topic. To better understand, I have a connection with that range of perspectives. We want a team with that same range of perspectives. That's good. Recognizing the game industry has certain skews. Male-dominated is one obvious one. Especially in design, we need to work harder to build and find the qualified candidates who are out there. And just... That's actually very smart as well. So we said, like... obviously hire the best person for the job, right? But making a high effort... Dude, that's just changing my whole worldview, actually. Even that's some good words he's putting out there. If you're making high efforts to hire somebody that is also good qualified, you know, as of high quality, and is diverse, that can get you like the double dip, you know? Like so far, my way of thinking. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's true. It could make it double dip. It might also make be worse. Like I said, people of the same brain length, wavelength or whatever, might work better together. I'm not sure, but if they're designing a game for diverse, you know, for many people, then it makes sense what he's saying. Depending on the structures that we're talking about, a lot of what I just talked about is one of the things that we can act on most directly in terms of hiring. Bro, I just want to know what's changing in the game, dude. The future of World of Warcraft, there we go. They are doing stuff to make it better. It's more like I want to have an apology, dude. That's what I'm lacking, really. Was there like an apology about, you know, about the shit they've fucked up so far? I don't know. I feel like that would go a long way with people if they did that. I mean, probably like a PR thing that you just don't do that or something, but not as far as I know. I don't know. I mean, apologizing is admitting mistake, which I kind of want to see. Not we can do better. No, we fucked up. We're sorry. We're gonna fix it. We will do everything we can to fix it. Wait, what? What we hear from more than just folks who are content creators or high-end raiders, who we know have a specific playstyle, but one of the challenges in designing WoW is that there's a dozen different playstyles. Many of them are not as vocally prominently represented. So what we hear from people who are trying to do high-end raiding and also push with keystones, having to choose one covenant and not being able to use the two freely for these systems was frustrating. What? Wait, 1 second. So what we hear from people who are trying to do high-end raiding content and also push with keystones, having to choose one covenant and not being able to use the two freely for these systems. Do they think only high-end raiders don't like covenants? No way. What? No shot, right? What? I must be misunderstanding something. Okay. Many of them are not as vocally or prominently represented. So what we hear from people who are trying to do high-end raiding and also push with keystones, having to choose one covenant and not being able to use the two freely. The two what? The two covenants? They think only two covenants can be available at a time? I'm so confused. We understood that. It wasn't surprising to us. We knew that if this was your orientation to the game, if you're a min-max player, you're going to want to always be optimal. But as we articulated, the goal of the design team was the core RPG choice, a feeling of a weighted decision of picking this path versus that path, having a different story experience versus what your friends experience, was going to provide a better experience for a majority of players. And over time, what we continued to hear was even those who initially appreciated that choice, that diversity of experience, months into the game down the line, once they played through these stories, once they'd seen it, particularly on Alts, they too just wanted ease of change. That less. Oh, come on, dude. There's no shot Like the people that might have liked this was people that don't even play the game, man. They're like, oh, that sounds cool. Oh, I will be a Night Fae. Oh, that sounds epic. And then they play the game for 2 weeks and they fuck off. There's no shot. There's no shot that anybody who plays the game actually likes this. I want to see proof, man. People just don't like playing a game unoptimally. It's just not fun. And there's literally nothing like that is good about restricting people like this. I'm okay if you like need to work for it or something. You need to do another campaign to unlock it, and then you unlocked it all, and that's it. And then you do it once, and then it's over. Ugh, I don't know. Again, this feels to me like not admitting mistake. Like it started really great, but you know, over time that was our mistake. Our mistake was that, you know, eventually we should have changed it, and we're changing it. So we didn't even make a mistake, boys. People wanted to change it now, and we're changing it now. I mean, from the beginning, we knew that high-end raiders won't like it. That's fine, but everybody else loved it. They initially appreciated that choice. Oh, I appreciated Blizzard. Great choice with the Covenants. Great choice. But over time, now that we've reached 9.1.5, it's a second patch, a third patch, or whatever it is, it's fine. You know, we can change it now. And now they're gonna be happy again. What? Aesthetic only Covenant would be absolutely fine. Aesthetic Covenant would be the shit, dude. I would like that. I'm a high-end raider. I don't give a fuck about aesthetics. I would have liked that. I would have made a choice the way I fucking like it. Because it would be just a fun side thing that I don't really care about. And the people that care about this, they don't care about playing good anyways. Does Turkey have KFC? Yeah, dude, it does. Why are you asking me this now? Well, sometimes I have no idea what you're thinking. Why are we just talking about this? Why are you asking me why if Turkey has KFC? What is going on? You are the reason that this exists, man. Trying to learn about your culture, Scripe. She's going to hold the entire Turkey. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I'm a bit angry, okay? Alright. Well, a lot of what goes into 9.1 isn't a one-off. It's a reflection of us changing a lot of the underlying philosophies that have motivated our approach to designing WoW. A lot of these things I mentioned regarding conduit energy are the outgrowths of lessons that were taught to us by our predecessors, by the founders and the leaders of the team. What? I don't get it. What does that mean exactly? Like they were taught it this way from the previous people? Or the opposite? They realized, particularly on alts, people didn't like the fact that they have to go through the stories. Wait. Damn, what a... Wow. They realized it. It's 9.1.5. After half a year... Wait. No, how long has it been since Shadowlands? Not like this. After a year, they realized... Let me think. Wait. I think it's kinda... not optimal to have alts play the campaign again over and over and over. Let's implement that. It just took him 1 year. Nothing serious, boys. Calm down. They realize even casual players don't like it at that point. You know, high-end raiders, those fucking scrubs, they don't like it from the beginning. Fucking idiots. Who cares about them? But the casuals, even they didn't like it after 1 year. Yeah, okay, interesting. Very good thought. Oh, come on, man. I don't know, dude. You cannot be serious. Seriously. I don't know why they're trying to do this all the time. They just do stupid shit and just trying to reason after that. Just say we did stupid shit. I don't know. Like, this is just bullshit. Fuck this, dude, honestly. Just making me angry. Like, he even starts the sentence with, we knew that higher end raiders don't like this from the beginning. That's fine. Like, how the fuck is that fine? Who does care about it? The casuals, they don't even play that much. They don't even go and try to respec. I'm never a guy that is like, don't design the game for casuals. But if you disregard the high-end people in your game, you're hard inting, dude. You're hard inting.